welcome back to the Spotlight. Like I had previously said before, May is National Bike Month, and with us in studio, we've got Jeff from McComb Bike and Fitness. Thanks for being on the show.
Great to be here.
And tell me a little bit about McComb Bike and Fitness. Where are you guys located?
We are located in Warren on Shaner, just south of 12 Mile. We've been there this will be our 35th year in the city of Warren.
Very cool. And what kind of bikes do you guys supply? Is it, just, the speed bikes that you're seeing?
We carry pretty much everything, Nick, from kids' bikes, 12-inch models for 2-3-year-old kids, all the way up to adult bikes, go-fast bikes, hybrids, dual sports, mountain bikes. If it's bikes, we carry it.
Nice. Now, I remember when I was little, I had 2 older brothers, so I always got the hand-me-down bikes, and my brothers always got the cool bikes. So I started off with the cool 10-speed. I thought I was the coolest kid on the block once I got my older brother's 10-speed bike. But when I turned 10 years old, my dad took me down to the McComb Bike Shop right there on 12 Mile, and I got to pick out my first bike ever, and I got the 1995 Dyno VFR, and I thought I was the coolest kid on the block.
Yeah.
It was the fastest bike on the market, and I would race anybody, and I didn't care who it was. I went GT bike seat, GT mags, the pegs, anything you could put on this thing, I had it. It was the coolest bike ever. What would you say is the most popular bike going right now amongst the kids?
For the kids, it's the BMX bikes. Miracle, the line that we carry, Miracle bikes, would be like the VFR of your day.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool.
Back in the day.
Yeah. And then for adults, it's going to be hybrids or fitness bikes, depending on what type of riding they're going to be doing.
Okay, now when you say a hybrid, explain to me what exactly is the hybrid combining?
It's kind of a cross between a mountain bike and like your old 10-speed bike with the narrow tires. So it gives you the attributes of both. It's a great bike for the city of Warren. Has an intermediate tire size, so you can ride on sidewalks. Sometimes the roads aren't always the greatest, so it's a little bit wider tire than the old skinny tire.
Okay.
But it has a lot less rolling resistance than a mountain bike, so it rolls a lot easier. It's more efficient.
Okay. And so is it, you see the really skinny wheels on the bike, is that for speed? Or
definitely speed. Somebody wants to go fast and speed and distance, so they want to cover a lot of mileage.
Okay.
And they'll go to a narrow tire, so it's a lot less rolling resistance. But actually, the wheels on some of those bikes are quite strong, so they will take, if you get a better quality bike with better quality wheels, they'll take the beatings of some of the streets we have.
Nice. And I noticed, the biggest difference from when I was a kid riding bikes and everything from the bikes that I see now is the weight difference. By far, bikes are definitely a lot lighter.
Materials that they're using, the aluminum alloy frames are kind of the common thing now. You don't see very many steel frames. And then carbon fiber composite frames are huge because they offer a lightweight, strength, and a great ride. The carbon fiber will absorb a lot of road vibration. They're using carbon fiber in some of the forks of the bike. They'll use it in handlebars and different accessories to lighten it and absorb a lot of road vibration.
Cool. So obviously making the bikes lighter isn't taking away from any of the structure. In fact, it's improving it a little
Exactly.
bit. Well, that's really cool. And, being, summer's right around the corner, a lot of people are going to want to know what they're going to have to do to kind of tune up their bike. Before we get over to this really nice hybrid bike we got here, what are some of, prepping your bike before you start getting the tune-ups? What is it you have to do?
Well, right now, everybody's getting the bikes out of the garage, bringing them into the store, and trying to get them ready for the spring and summer. And if you're going to do it yourself, get it down. Make sure your brakes are functioning properly. Make sure all your fasteners, the wheels are mounted correctly. The tires, the two biggest things that we see that people don't do correctly is they run their tire inflation too low. And they'll air their tires up at the beginning of the season, and they think that that's all they have to do. But bike tires run generally on a lot higher pressure with lower volume, so they'll lose air just sitting. They should be checking their tires every couple of weeks, not just once for the season. And then the other thing that they do too low is the seat height. Check your seat height. You want a slight bend in your knee on a downstroke. And if you're not sure, just stop in the store, and we can definitely point you in the right direction.
All right. Well, I'm about to point us in the direction of this really cool bike here. Why don't you let's head over there and tell me kind of what we have here.
This is a Trek hybrid bike, exactly what we described for city streets. It has a very upright riding position, so it's very comfortable for a lot of people.
Okay.
This has a shock in the seat post and a shock up front, again, for comfort.
Okay.
This one we equipped with a rack. A lot of people are getting out now. They want to save on gas. They want better for the environment, better for their health. So with those aspects, a lot of people want to go to the market and do short trips, which is perfect for a bike. This one we set up with a basket on the back, so not just for Toto, but you know, you can put your videos in or go to the store, put some stuff in there.
Okay.
And it just it's quick release, so it just hangs right on the rack.
Acts as the trunk of the car,
Exactly, exactly. And there's different types of styles of that. There's bags that will fit right into the rack and clip on that are more encased. Gives you more coverage.
It looks more sporty.
Inside. Yes, definitely.
Rather than that Toto
Yeah,
look.
you might not put that on your bike, Nick. But
right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have a mountain bike now. Again, I've since sold the Dyno VFR back in my days.
This will have some pockets for all your stuff. Main compartment in there.
Okay.
And then it has a shoulder strap, so once you get where you're going, you can pop it off the rack and take it with you.
Oh, very nice.
One of the other bags that I brought along, again, was with shopping in mind and running errands. This is the size of basically a grocery bag.
Okay.
So again, it's quick release to the rack, just snaps on. You can take it on and off, go get your groceries, put them in there, ride home, you save gas, it's good for you. You know, kind of a 2-in-1.
Very good. And tell me, okay, you kind of told me the difference between the hybrid bikes and the speed bikes, and what bike are we looking at specifically here?
This is a hybrid Trek 7100.
Okay.
That, yeah.
And what would a bike like this be used for?
City streets,
Okay.
fitness. There's a model that's called the FX series.
Okay.
It's a little bit sportier, no suspension. It's kind of in their fitness series of bikes that would be a little bit lighter, but it doesn't have as much comfort on with the suspension seat or the suspension in the front.
Okay, now speaking of comfort, I know you told me that there are definitely different types of saddles and seats that you can adjust and purchase.
Yeah, glad you brought that up. It's
what is the one that we're looking at, and what are some of the suggestions you may have?
This is a stock seat, which for a lot of people it will work fine. The big thing that we have with saddles is that you can try it, exchange it, or return it within. Some of them are 2 weeks, some of them are 90 days.
Okay.
One of the saddles I brought in too, it's just a different variation, but it has a total relief cutout in the saddle, so it alleviates some of the pressure that if people experience numbness when they ride.
Okay.
We have a wall full of saddles. There's not one right saddle for everybody, so that's why we offer that comfort guarantee where somebody could try it for a couple of weeks and bring it back.
Well, that sounds very cool. All right, if you want to have a seat back here, I know that bike is really cool. Feel free to have a seat, and I know we got a lot of events coming up here that we wanted to talk about.
We do.
Especially there's a big one coming up right here in the city of Warren.
The Tour de Warren, it's our first annual. Hopefully we'll have many more. May 20th. It starts at the store at Shaner and 12 Mile.
Okay.
We'll offer a 10-mile route and a 25-mile route. We'll have rest stops along the way. There's both the 10 and the 25 obviously go through Warren. One's just a smaller loop than the other. They'll stop at Owen Jacks, and the community center and the civic center are some of the stops depending on the route that you take. And we'll have food and support at those stops as well.
And is this for the amateur rider, families? Who are you trying to get to participate?
We are really geared. Our events are really geared towards everybody, but we really specialize in the amateur rider and the beginning rider.
Okay.
We do a really good job helping people find out what cycling is about. It's not intimidating at our store or the events that we do. We want everybody to come. We try and make them very inclusive. So definitely very family oriented, and any level of rider will be comfortable.
All right, so yeah, don't be shy. Get out there, and if you have a bike, go out there and ride with these people. I know there's a couple other events coming up in June.
June we have a Nightcrawler ride, which has been a very popular ride that we do. We do them in June, July, and August. They'll have destinations. We've gone up to Gleason's. We've gone up to some of the different local businesses in Warren and made stops out of them. Again, we'll stop for ice cream or something like that, make it more of an event. People come back to the store, socialize. It's a really good time. We also have our Pedal for Paws, which is a fundraiser ride for Animal Adoption Society. That's in August. We have our breast cancer ride. which is our really big ride in October. That is for the breast cancer awareness.
Very cool. And if you've ever gone to the store, you can't help but see, I'm calling him the mascot.
That's Cujo.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about Cujo?
Cujo.
Why don't you tell me about Cujo? I think he's going to be on our screen here in a minute.
Cujo is my son's dog. He's the shop dog. People come in. They really aren't there to see us. A lot of people just come to see Cujo. He's very popular.
See Cujo right there, kind of security guard.
Yep.
And,
yeah. Official greeter.
Official greeter. There you go. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. Appreciate all the information. If you want to get any more information, McComb Bike and Fitness has a website.
McCombBike.com.
Okay. Make sure you check out there again for any of the events listing. You can always go to our Facebook page as well, and we'll make sure to list all the events throughout the year.
We have a Go Buy Bike promotion that runs through the month of May.
Okay.
People can go to our website, register every ride that they do, and they have a chance of winning a $250 gift card.
Very nice.
So any ride that they do, they should register that ride. The more they ride, the better the chance they have to win that gift card.
All right, well, get out there, start riding. Now we know how to tune up the bikes, and we know what kind of bikes we're going for. Found a few accessories that'll help you out. That way you can leave the car behind, save some gas. I want to thank you so much for being on the show once again. And stick around, there's more Spotlight coming right up.
Coming up next, Becca gives us the word. Coming up later, a musical performance by Diablo El Gato. Don't go anywhere, the Spotlight will be right back.